We're live. On time is late. I'm just letting you know that.
15 minutes early is
That's
on
right.
time.
That's right. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Let's see. Hang on a second, guys.
Hopefully, we're going to be able to stay in here with you. We got storms coming in, so.
Okay, so Joseph G was in here. Joseph, I put the RockPot link into the description, and I just posted it in the chat. We got Tiger.
Hey.
We got Skeins.
Skeins will be here soon.
Skeins wants to know. Do you have your glasses?
No. Yeah. She wants to know what? How's the weather there right now? Been watching the weather and saying a prayer for y'all. Well, we appreciate that because I'm telling you, we had a tornado coming up. The way it was going northeast. It was supposed to hit us. They put us under a warning. And well, we've had several warnings.
Before you go on, Tiger is here. Leonard Huffman's here, and the Canadian Terminator's here.
Okay. And then all of a sudden, the strangest thing, and that storm just turned southeast, unfortunately. That is right where Neon and Data and Spags are. But I did get a hold of them. Everybody's faring well. So it's all good. Hey, Zach.
There's Zach. Yeah, sorry about not being able to make it, Zach. We just got a little bit too much going on right
We're
now.
planting right now, and then we've got festivals right now, and there's just all kinds of stuff trying to deal with the house. And then, did you see we got more hail damage
On what?
today? So the sheds, probably the roof, and that kind of thing. I have to get a roofer out here.
All right. What
So,
shed?
The fuel shed.
What's wrong with it?
It's got dents everywhere.
It's got dents in it.
Well,
Because it sat for a year.
That's hail. So anyway, but I don't know. I just don't want it to rust, so we either need to paint it and do something.
Susie here. Greg's out
Hey.
feeding the cow.
Of course he is.
We have baby calves dropping.
Yay!
Well, baby died last Sunday, and this Sunday at about 10 p.m., we had a little baby chestnut-colored Jasper baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make it baby's grandbaby.
No.
Yeah, because Jasper's the
Oh
dad.
yeah. No, totally forgot about that. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So we got a new baby. We got a couple other moms.
Well, I'm sorry, Hacks. If you got in here, Mrs. Hacks, I am so sorry. She asked me if it was a baby's baby, and I was like, no.
No, it's
And
Jasper's
then,
baby.
Yeah, but it's still.
It's the bloodline.
Yeah, bloodline. So that's good.
Well, and then we had something interesting going on with the baby and the mama. So the baby will only latch on to one teat. So the other teat, she was so engorged last night that when she was walking around, she was squirting milk every time she walked.
She's hurting. And
she was in pain. So I got her this evening after the baby fed a little bit, and I emptied out that one teat. And so it looks like unless I can teach the baby to latch onto the other one, it doesn't help that mama runs away every time I try to help her.
You got her today, though.
So I had she's getting good enough that I can grab her. And I just put her neck between my legs, with me facing backwards, and she was like chewing on my pants and trying to put her horn in the back of my thighs and everything. But I was able to get it down, and I was thinking I may put comfrey salve on her.
Yes,
on her teat
do
tomorrow.
that. Yes, do that.
If I have to do it.
And then, so I went out there.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to turn that off. Take the batteries off.
You cannot, there's no batteries. You cannot do that. So
once
guys,
you turn that thing on, it can never be turned off?
Correct.
What the hell who made something that stupid?
The people that wanted you to be weather alert.
It's going to get chucked outside one day if you can't figure out how to turn the dang thing off.
I mean, you could turn the sound down. You just can't turn the sound down on the alert. But, yeah, so, and sorry guys, we have to stay alert. So there's a lot of storms coming through here tonight. So, and at least today it's daylight. So, but they're supposed to continue through like 10 or 12, I think.
And we got tomorrow too.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Trying to get stuff in the ground. But
we had the baby goat. She's healthy, little on the small side, extremely lazy.
Lazy, like I'll get out. Like Mama literally stands at the fence and she's yelling at me because she can see me, and then I have to go in. I have to find baby and find Daisy's baby, and then I have to like get her out from under things and put her next to Daisy so that Daisy can milk her.
To be fair, she's only 36 hours old, almost 48.
I mean,
so
she should be wanting milk. She's just
she's
lazy.
eating. She's not. I mean, she's a little on the.
I remember Daisy being lazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
There's Tambra.
Hey.
Tambra got some rain the other day, didn't it? I know Rescue said they got 11 inches yesterday.
11?
Yeah.
Did they flood?
In the 24-hour period, yeah, they had.
Wow.
They're under a flood warning.
Yeah, we were under a flood warning. We ended up with out of the, was it 3 days, 4 days, something like
4
that?
days.
We ended up with over 4.5. It was almost like 4.7 and 7.25. 4.25. 4.75. There we go. And then it was really interesting because everybody else was reporting what they had, and MMR and Indiana said they only got, I think it was like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. But this is the difference between being in the valley and then being not in the valley. So I'm interested to go look at the Gain Ridge now, but there's standing water out there. So
yeah, and that was something that was interesting. So the first 3 days when it rained, there wasn't really any standing water, but by the time it was done raining Sunday, we had standing water all over the ark, which is a good thing because that means that the ground is finally saturated and it's not soaking in. So
it's definitely standing right now.
Yeah.
Did you look outside?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Don't. You're going to want to cry.
Doesn't bother me. We need it.
Yeah, but it's a
Tiger,
lot of water catchment.
You're catching all those storms that
we
Joplin
just got
and we got.
Yeah, and then there's more on the way. So heads up, Tiger. So there's more coming.
Oh my goodness. So Zach got the storms before we did. He says it's still freezing there in Colorado.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
Okay, that would suck. That would suck big time.
Yeah. Of course, now they're calling this week. We may get down as low as the 40s, and then they were talking about 50s on some nights. So kind of, sort of concerned about camping. But
why? You've got the buddy heater.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
It's gonna be warmer than it was in Tennessee.
Yeah, but it also crapped out on us, and I got to be able to get out of that cot. So
You just gotta harden up.
There's no hardening up from that. I think I am going to have to go see a doctor.
Yeah, tornado. Yeah, there was a tornado. Son of Hack says tornado in Falls City about an hour ago, and there was one.
Yeah, we've had them everywhere.
Topeka
Silver
reported
Lake.
one down by Hoyt, and Marysville.
I didn't see Marysville.
Yeah, Marysville.
But yeah, they're everywhere. I've never seen so many tornadoes in one day.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
Yeah,
I don't think I have.
You're just more sensitive to it because of what we've been through the past 2 years.
He was like, "Are you a little bit gun shy? You seem to be more concerned." I'm like, "Yeah."
Not that kind of Karen is in the house.
Hey.
She's a good kind of Karen. But yeah, so it's been the weather here. It's nice and sunny now. 30 minutes ago, we were losing power and the rain was.
We weren't sure we were going to be with you.
It was literally blowing sideways.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be bad. Today I was running errands and doing all that. And then I was in the kitchen. Of course, I was cleaning my stove because I know Jonathan's going to want to cook and do all that. So I'm trying to get all that.
So you'll clean the stove for him, but not for me?
Well, I mean, I clean it, but I have to be gone for 5 hours. It burns my eyes. And so I clean the stove, I guess the top of it and that kind of thing. I did that, last night?
Last night.
And then I did the self-cleaning oven, but I have to go in and wipe it out. I'll get that tomorrow. So pretty much almost, well, I don't know. Now I moved a bunch of other crap. We had plants that I went and bought today. And So I got stuff that needs to go in the garden that is now in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, but I'll try to have everything together. The nice thing is that the two people that are coming to stay are very forgiving, so it's not going to be a problem. And they understand because basically they live the same lifestyle. So, except for I feel bad when Jonathan comes though, because he wants to do the dishes and clean and do all that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I a horrible person? Right?
You never stop him.
No, because it's good. But I just, you know what I mean? Like, I want people to, when they're company, I want them to be company. But I also know that they like to help. So
did the skid loader break before last Tuesday?
yes.
So I did. I told you guys the story about the skid loader.
Yeah,
well,
because Dad called.
Well, I got a chance to work on it after it quit raining, and it had sheared all but two of the lugs off of one side, and so I got that tire on. So it's sitting on those two lugs. I'm gonna get the other tire aired up and get the thing moved out of the middle of the driveway. But here's the thing, got more reminders on it's a good thing to have stuff to break.
Yeah.
Because my bolt cutters, the pivot popped on it, so they're useless. They won't do any bolt cutting. And then 2 days later, I managed to kill my angle grinder.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Managed to kill my angle grinder, and then last night, I killed my floor jack. I was jacking up the skid loader, and I had to, because of the way the tire was sitting, I had to get one entire side completely up off the ground. So I had blocks underneath there, and I had blocks underneath my jack, and I went to knock them out, and the thing slipped backwards, and it just took my jack and folded it right in half. It was terrible. It was terrible. So far this week, I've had to buy $150 worth of new stuff.
I have no idea.
That's not even including the lugs.
And not including the plants and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's always something. Always. And then I was really concerned because I was trying to figure out the hail, but we managed so far so good. Knock on wood. We've managed so far tonight. So
Lucy's got strawberries and wild blueberry bushes transplanted.
good.
Yeah, we got
Wild blueberry bushes.
we got tomatoes in
and I got zucchini in,
and zucchini.
and I got amaranth, and
Tell them, speak up.
I got amaranth. I got beans. Not all the beans that I want. I want to do different varieties and that kind of thing. So we'll keep going. I was actually talking. I was up at the Hilton greenhouse today, and I was talking to her, and she was super sweet. When the plants and everything. Sorry, guys. The plants and everything. They are, I don't know, 6-pack and then 4-pack or single.
I wanted 6 cherry tomato plants, and there's
not 6 cherry tomatoes.
36
I only got
plants.
you 2.
There's 36 plants in here that need to be planted, and she only got me 2.
I'll get them. And then, but those sweet 100s, I'm not sure. I don't even. Well, maybe I can get seeds. I'll trade some seeds with her, and I can get those in. But pretty sure we didn't have that many out here.
What?
The sweet tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes. Yeah.
We started with 6,
and then we had the frost,
and 2 of them died.
2 of them survived.
No, more than that.
Anyway,
I'm the one that cleaned out the bed. I know how many were in there.
I mean,
Yeah, we're seeing snakes.
We're
seeing snakes now too, Canberra. Ours are black snakes.
I saw one dead on the road. Not a black snake, but a rattlesnake.
I saw one crossing 158, and it was about 5 feet long.
Ooh,
a black snake.
Nope.
They're out there.
Oh yeah. Elderberries. Yeah, I've got some seeds that I got. So Starla sent me some gift cards, and I got those in there, and got that order in, and then I got some stuff. So I need to do a few trees. I just don't know where they need to go. So I'm gonna have to do that, and we're gonna have to mark them.
Zach's planting potatoes on Sunday. Hopefully, our potatoes, I got them planted 2 weeks ago. They were coming up, and the dang goats got out and ate all the tops off of them.
They'll be fine.
So they're starting to come up again. So, once they get to a certain size, the goats won't eat them. But when they're
here, once you get, what is it, March 15th, St. Patrick's Day. So St. Patrick's Day is when you're supposed to do potatoes.
It's been too cold.
It was too cold.
It's been too cold.
Yeah. So, but
and it's probably too wet to plant anymore for a while too.
They'll rot, and I got a crap ton that need to be planted. So
I'm wondering how the onions are doing.
They're doing great. I checked on them. They're doing great. So seem to be liking all the rain. So the garlic is doing good too. I discovered another herb in my garden that I don't remember planting, and I tasted it, and it is spicy. Like, holy crap, is it spicy?
It tastes like black pepper.
It does.
Like if you bite on a black peppercorn, which is not an enjoyable experience in my opinion.
Well, I was like, you like spicy, try this.
If you took that and dried it up and minced it up, that would be a good season.
Yeah, you could use that like pepper. And then, but I was trying to figure out what was weeds, what's not weeds, and that kind of thing. I may have Skeens help me with that a little bit when she gets here. Hopefully, we won't have a ton of rain. But herbs are really easy to identify. You just break them off and then smell them. And so, well, for me anyway.
Take a bite, and if your tongue doesn't go numb and you start blacking out, you're okay.
That too. I've done that. Not blacked out, but taking a bite. Remember, Lori was like, "What the hell are you doing? You don't ever just put something in your mouth." I'm like, "Well, how will you know?"
Luckily, we don't have any plants around here that are so poisonous that one little nibble of it will kill you or even hurt you really bad.
Unless you harvest it right.
Let's see. Mr. Goats, Mr. G, having goats are starting to sound like trouble, just like cows always getting more trouble than
They're trouble.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with goats. You gotta have good fencing. And
we don't.
And unfortunately, I don't know how to put I don't know how to put field fencing up. And so when I put it up, I didn't stretch it tight enough, and I didn't put a barbed wire across the top. So they can stand on it and they push it down and they can jump over. They've got it down so low that some of the bigger goats can get out.
But
bigger sheep.
Chris is going to help us with that, though.
Yeah, but it warmed up and he got busy. And
no, it's been raining. I mean, he's going to get busy, but we need to get him over here. So,
yeah.
Awesome! Toothache plant is blooming. Great.
Sheep right. Okay, so here's the problem with our sheep. So I let them out when we're not doing a live at night. I let them out for about an hour and a half to feed. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I had them out after I got done working on stuff. I had them out and they're running across the field, and one of them turns around and just knocks this other one like head over heels, just rolls him, and he's laying on the ground and he's not moving and he's not getting up. And I get over there and he starts doing this number with all four of his legs.
Concussion.
And he was knocked out cold. Yeah. He hit him, and he was hit so hard that it took him about 30 minutes before he could even start walking a little bit normal. When he woke up, he was trying to stand up and his front legs would buckle underneath him. But yeah, he got tumbled.
Yeah, and usually that's the sign that we got to get property. So I need to do that. I forgot to do that today.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Come on, you're the business manager.
Well, that's only 2. I got 2 USDA processes that I need to get done. So what are you going to do about the others?
I keep telling you, we're going to butcher them ourselves.
Well, so right.
We got chickens. We got chickens that need to be butchered.
Right. Time is up.
Tell them about chickens.
Oh.
It's been a good week for chickens.
It's been a great week for chickens.
A little too great.
So that new incubator that I got.
You're going to have to do a review on it.
I'm going to have to. Unfortunately, the box says made in China, but it is actually a Switzerland design. And so I think maybe Switzerland has a patent. They just have it made in China, that kind of thing. And so I got that. Holy crap. And it'll fit up to 96 eggs. And I loaded that sucker with eggs. And so far, I'm almost 100% in hatching. And so I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving this one. And I will have to do a review on it. So I've got American breasts and then some American breasts that are crossed with Australorp. I'm going to say this wrong. Australorp. And so, oh my gosh, the Australorp mix. Oh, they are so damn cute. And so, it was very interesting because I was talking with Mrs. Hacks and Case, be careful, this kind of thing. And she's like, I said, I got one that's silver. And she's like, oh, no, that's a blue breast. And I was like, oh, maybe these chicks are commonly crossed. And so I don't know, but they are so stinking cute. I'm telling you. And there's some that are like kind of tuxedoed and that kind of thing. Damn cute.
Well, and we've got so many chicks now that we are
scrambling for new brooders.
Well, we are sharing. We're going to share them with
Cowboy.
Not
Chris.
Necessarily our community, but people that are.
No, they're in our community. Chris helps us.
They're
in
a great
Cowboy
community.
And so.
Yeah, but they're not in the circle.
They're not in the court, but they're in the community.
Right. That's how I meant.
But I would consider Chris in the court, and I think if we needed help, I think Adam would be here.
Well, I know they'd help us. I know they'd help us.
And so I do consider them kind of, sort of in our. I do. Consider them in our court.
They're not part of they're part of our community. They're not greater community like the people that live in Marietta and Hoyt.
Well, yeah, they are.
No, they're closer than that.
Anyway, so we just have a different opinion on that, but
it's semantics.
I just know that when we had the fire, Chris was the first person here.
Actually,
and
B
so
was.
No, Chris was. B got here as soon as she could. She was in Topeka doing something. So
Drink.
Anyway, you remember things so different than I do. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, so we got them, and I don't know. I have probably 60 babies right now in there, and then more coming. The turkeys won't be here for another 6-7 days, something like that.
If they hatch, I mean, you gotta.
They should. I'll have to go check on them. Oh, that's your phone this time.
Nope, hand it to me so I can turn it off. Sorry, guys.
Make sure you turn mine off. Oh, it's Ian. You better answer that.
I'll get him afterwards.
What if he's working?
I'll get him afterwards.
I'm going to go get my phone. Guys, our son's a police officer, so we don't do this. So
yeah, I do all the time.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But, so, yeah, the chicks, I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's one that for the longest time here we did not have. I got the chicken tractor finally fixed and ready to go. So we're going to be putting chickens in the chicken tractor here and putting it to the test. Okay, here's my thing on chicken tractors. If you're going to build one out of PVC, and I should have followed Hack's advice on this, make it out of 4x4. I had a bunch of 2-inch PVC, and I just added more braces and stuff. But even at that, it is not nearly as sturdy as one made out of 4x4 PVC. So, okay, must not have been important because she's already done. What do you want?
Our grandbaby is coming in the live.
Oh, he is? He's going to talk.
No, she wanted to FaceTime. And so I said, we're on our live. And he goes, oh, he's like, can you, do whatever? And I was like, well, let's figure something out. I said, why don't you just put her on the live? So he's going to text me if she has something to say, and then we can answer back to her.
Right.
So kind of like we're in FaceTime.
Yeah.
So you guys welcome our granddaughter as soon as she gets here.
Be on your best behavior, you animals.
Beast.
Let's see here. I have a new breed of turkeys. They are miniature whites, and they are breeding in laying. So
miniature whites. I never heard of that.
They're called chickens.
Are they a heritage turkey? No, I know she got turkeys. So maybe not heritage. Maybe not native to America.
Oh.
Should be. We're not
All
too far
turkeys
away.
All turkeys are native to North America. Well, except for the hybrids.
Kept getting on my truck. Damn, that is no lie. Like literally, I'll go pick up feed, and then 2-3 days after I pick up feed, they're in the tailgate of the truck. And then even our son pulled in, and our daughter-in-law and family, and they pulled in, and he was like, "What the hell just happened?" He's like, "I thought I saw a turkey in there," and I said, "You probably did." And it was low, and then they parked, and it popped up. And they do that because when they hear a vehicle come in, they're like, "Oh, busted," and then they try to get out. But yeah, it's super fun.
What else has gone on around here this week?
So the planting, getting all of that done. I'm pretty sure I've got a lot of the cooking and stuff like that taken care of for festival. I'm gonna have a little bit more once Skeins get here. Skeins, when you get here, I'm probably gonna have you help me with cinnamon rolls because I'm kind of thinking
Okay.
with two of us we can.
I'm going to
bust that
call
out.
you out
On
for
what?
something you said last week. She said she made the whole carnivore thing like I wasn't eating properly on carnivore because it was my fault, and she did everything right. Well, let me tell you, the great big bag of chicken that she had in the refrigerator that I wasn't touching because I thought it was for festival. I hate it. I had to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it to make it palatable.
That's what it was for.
And I'm spitting out pieces of cartilage and picking out bones. She had a bunch of thighs that she didn't want to use.
I didn't debone it.
So she didn't debone it. She didn't take the skin off. She didn't take the fat off, and she boiled it, and then stuck it in that bag.
I roasted it actually, but
And
most people would know you need to go through and check for bones.
and it was so unpalatable that we fed it to the dogs.
Am I missing something with turkeys? I've never liked the meat, and they don't lay eggs like chickens do. They do too.
No, they don't. They
well,
don't,
not all year. They
don't
lay
lay-
for a season.
Yeah, they have a season in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
But turkey eggs are really, really good.
Turkey eggs are great. Turkey and duck eggs are great for
Mhm.
baking. So absolutely excellent.
So then, after that, she makes this great big bowl of chili and cornbread, and the chili sounded so good, and I was like, awesome, you made beanless chili. And she goes, no, it's got beans. So
I had a craving.
So she didn't cook for me. And then she makes a meatloaf that was just it looked gorgeous and it smelled awesome.
Because I also
And
had a craving.
I'm like, is the meatloaf ready to eat? She goes, you can't have it on your carnivore. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it's got oats in it. So I literally have been eating ham and eggs with chorizo in it for almost every meal except for tonight. She made.
Except for tonight? You're talking in the last few days.
Well, since this weekend.
I mean, I made you the eggs with the Casey strip steak
and
all that.
I've been eating that all week long.
Oh, for God's sake.
I've had it at least twice a day. But each night she made, and these are store-bought, so they probably were not the healthiest thing. But what it was like chicken.
It was chicken. Well, it was actually
little
spinach, feta, chicken meatballs.
And I ate the spinach. I'm not complaining. I told her
it was a little bit. It's not gonna hurt.
If she can replicate that recipe,
I can.
I would eat that 2 or 3 times a week and not complain at all because those things were really good.
Yeah, but the one thing I noticed, and this is the second thing that I've done in the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or something like that was store-bought, because we did the orange chicken Chinese food. And when I did that, I noticed now when I'm cooking, I'm smelling a shit ton of vinegar. A crap ton of vinegar. I saw this on here. But I smell the vinegar. And so I think they're maybe getting responsible and changing some of their preservatives.
Here, check this. I like this. Wrong one. You guys are moving too fast. Tim Riley says we sub out our oats and cornflakes with crushed pork rinds in our meatloaf.
Oh, you can have that.
Yes, I can have that.
Okay, I could do that.
Yes, she makes killer meatloaf, and it's going to be really hard eating the leftovers because I can't have the bread because a meatloaf sandwich afterwards is awesome.
Great. But yeah, no, okay. So I'll go get pork rinds and I will make you a meatloaf. Will you be happy with that?
Yes.
Okay.
So Tamara made a comment earlier about turkeys being more personable. That is a fact.
Lie.
The what?
You said fact?
That's a fact.
I say lie.
Turkeys are way more personable. Now chickens are a little bit more fun to watch at times because they're goofy. Turkeys have
Turkeys are like they're project managers. They're kind of bosses.
That's called personable.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like they're constantly. If you're in the garden, they're right there with you.
We had a big white female turk, and she would follow me around, and she would just settle down next to me, and she'd start making that I'm a happy turkey sound when I was working, and then when I'd move, she'd move with us.
Tim, Garen actually works with a gal that's daughter and son-in-law, or is it the son and daughter-in-law that make the pork rinds? And
It's
so
her cousin.
Her cousin.
Her cousin.
So I can actually get those unsalted, but I don't really use salt in my food anyway.
Ooh, the lime pork rinds in the meatloaf would
Maybe.
be awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
Would be awesome.
So we'll try to figure that one out. That's going to take longer for me to get though. So, but we'll figure it out.
I used to take ground pork skins, added stevia and cinnamon, and half and half taste just like cinnamon toast crunch. Interesting. Did I ever tell you about the pallet of pork rinds that we bought accidentally? So we used to go to the underground auction place.
You thought you were getting a box, right?
No, so we walked by and there's a whole pallet of cases of pork rinds. And there must have been 20, 30 cases with like 12 packages each in it. And as we're walking by, I jokingly say, hey, we ought to bid $1 on that. And so we won some stuff. And I go to pick it up and they wheel out this pallet of pork rinds. I'm like, what is this? And so, yeah, you guys got it for $1. So we had a pallet of pork rinds sitting in our garage. But the reason why they're at the auction because they were out of date and they were kind of stale. So I learned, and this is the good thing to know, if you have pork rinds that are getting a little soft, put the oven at about 300 degrees, throw them on a tray, throw them in the oven and bake them for about 15 minutes. And they turn crisp just like that, and they're just like they came out of the factory.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Rosie, there's something else. What is it? Skeins. Rosie makes keto-friendly pork rinds.
I don't have any of those.
The ones that she makes that are the best is she takes the pork rinds, and she's got this electrolyte, this homemade electrolyte thing that tastes kind of like Gatorade, tastes like that type of electrolyte, and she puts that on the pork rinds. So when you're eating the pork rinds, you're getting your electrolytes too, and it's awesome. Those things are fantastic.
So you guys, I just want to thank you. Who was that was asking about the link for the RockPot?
Yeah, it was Joseph.
Joseph, thank you, Joseph. He just ordered.
Well, thank you. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
You're gonna love
it. Tell them the key points about using it.
Well, you can pretty much do anything in there, but make sure, like, when you heat up the rock, you want to, depending on what you're doing it, and obviously call us and I'll walk you through it, but depending on how you're heating it up and what you're doing, it's going to be a different time. And so if you want to eat by 4, which is usually when the creator will start serving what they're doing, they start at 7. And they will actually put that rock on for 45 minutes on the Coleman burner. Mm-hmm. And then you don't have to do the Coleman burner. If you're leaving before, you can actually just do it directly on your stove and that kind of thing. So.
Having a wife to cook made me twice the man I used to be. Catch my drift. Yep. I'm not as big as I am because she's a crappy cook. Let's just put it that way.
He's not as big as he is because I'm a crappy cook, or his wife. Love you, buddy. Hey, baby girl.
Okay, let's see. Oh, the milkmaid. This is a lady. This is a lady that is an inspiration because she is becoming. She's going through firefighter school, and she's becoming. You're working to be an EMT or just an all-around general firefighter EMT type person.
I thought she was trying to do EMT.
But she's learning. She's learning how to be an asset for her community, which I think is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's doing a lot more than I would be able to. You know.
She's younger than us.
Well, no, I know, but right now it's.
Even if
we were the same age,
Yeah,
I still don't think I'd be able to
right.
do everything that she's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So Neon and Data are doing good. The storm has passed. They had a lot of water, but otherwise are all good here. So great.
Okay. Both, which is why I'm not around much, but thanks. You know. Back to your original comment. Okay, I was trying to ignore you. Let's see.
Who?
Milkmaid.
Oh.
Milkmaid's mean.
She's not mean.
She's mean.
No, she just knows how to push it.
What is that? I'm still trying to figure out how Grumpy looked. We were both drinking excessively at the time, and we were both coming off of bad relationships, and there was a lot of, yeah. That's how it happened because
we had an agreement.
In fact, if I remember correctly,
we were not supposed to be married or falling in love.
The first time I met your parents, I was pretty much snockered.
Yes,
wasn't
you were. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Of course, at that time,
I didn't even know you were. Like, you were driving too. My mom pulled me back into the bedroom. My mom's like,
that time, no, I wasn't drunk that time.
My mom was like, if you don't marry him, I will. I'm like, you're married to my dad, and I don't think he wants you.
Firefighter and confirmed space rescue when I worked at the power. There you go.
I was also naive, Milkmaid, so there's that.
Okay, so basically you settled. Hell no, I rescued her.
What?
She said, so basically you settled.
I settled?
Yeah, you settled for me. I rescued her. I was her white knight. She had all these faggy naval officers and dudes from foreign navies and the psycho SEAL that ended up on her front step. I wish I married you. And she dated a couple of force recon guys that ended up being psychos. I was the only normal guy in her life at the time.
You made that like so much more than it was, but
did anything I say, was it a lie?
No. Anyway.
No, apparently it's worked out though. We've had our problems, you know, but we've made it.
Everybody does.
We've been happily married for 20 years now.
At least I gained 3 years.
Yeah, you did get 3 years.
So,
what is it? We're on 33 years?
Together 33.
Together for 33. Married for 32.
31 and a half.
31 and a half.
Yeah.
Did we wait that long to get married? No, we didn't.
I don't know.
No, it was a little bit less than a year actually. Because
our son's on here. 32 years.
30. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 32 years. Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh.
Hey, I'm the one that said 32. You're the one that.
People are human.
Yeah, but it's
kind
worked
of the
out.
way it works.
It's worked out.
Yeah. But,
Can you use a solar oven to heat the stone for the RockPot?
Yes.
You can, but you're going to get better results. If you can get the sun oven up to 450, that would be better.
Yeah, just make sure you take a screwdriver and then really put that in. I need to do a video on this. But I need to...
Really?
I need to get a hold of Fred because I also need to get those portable...
it's on Amazon. He doesn't have them yet. They're on Amazon.
No, he has them. He's got 2 at home waiting for me, and I just need to figure that out. I'll get a hold of him and do that. But I already have people beating the door down for him, so.
Oh. So yeah, so that's how we met. So baby girl, if you're listening, You know how I'm on El Palmet now. Probably was not a child friendly.
It was so.
Probably not a child friendly.
Baby girl, here was the thing. I had friends, and then G had friends, and our friends knew each other, and really we were kind of thrown together, right? And so,
Okay, that's all you need to tell me.
Parabolic lens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, no, we don't have to go into details,
Thank
but no, we were thrown together. Like, I think our friends were like, "This is gonna happen." No
Are
matter
you gonna
what.
try to? Are you gonna try to use the RockPot at festival and do a demonstration?
At Midwest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got
Okay.
them sitting right out there. So
Okay.
yeah, I just gotta go get the stuff for it. But freezers are full, fridge is full, so
And what do you not do?
overloaded.
Overload them. That's it.
Joseph, you won't have that.
That is
problem.
probably a good lesson for life. Don't overload things, because when you overload things, they don't work properly.
Yeah, Joseph, it is the parabolic lens. So yeah, you can get it on Amazon about $75, right?
That's what he said.
Yeah, so you can get it there. I'm just trying to do a better price point on it and that kind of thing. So just trying to figure that one out. But yeah.
So what else has been going on around here?
Oh my gosh.
You cleaned. You've done chickens. You've planted. Anything other? It just all runs into each other.
Ran errands, did all of that, did woman work. I did woman work.
I'm shocked. Shocked.
Are you?
Yeah. I came home and she was cleaning and I got all excited. Okay, I heard the story a lot closer to the time it started, told with much alcohol and dramatic fashion. It was hilarious. Yes, it is an interesting story.
But he tells stories anyway, so it's just kind of.
Let's see here. True story. I'm gonna have to rewind to hear about the RockPot. It came in all haphazard. So the RockPot milkmaid.
You want me to grab it?
Go grab one. Just for anybody that hasn't seen one, I'm sure most people have. It is a crock pot that works with a stone. It's an off-grid crock pot. And we met the guy at Sulphur Alliance Festival, and he came over because we were doing the off-grid cooking with the sun oven, so he knew we were interested in it. And him and Angela struck up a conversation, and by the time they were done talking, we had become affiliates. This thing, and I'm not saying this because we're affiliates and we're trying to sell them.
That's the case.
I'm going to say this because I honestly think this is one of the coolest things. This was
so good.
The guy's taken a Neolithic cooking method, a rock, and put space age technology with it and made this off-grid crock pot that you can steam, you can double boil it,
Yeah.
you can slow
Roast.
cook with it. Well, you can't
Can
roast.
smoke. Yes, you can.
You can roast
What
with
do you
it.
think a crock pot is?
Crock pots don't roast. Crock pots.
Well,
crock.
this one you get hotter, it's gonna roast.
Anyway.
Oh my god. No table space. Move over. Move the computer.
Okay, so we're gonna move that back. Bring this over. So it comes with accessories. Boom, boom. Steamer, double boiler, a little doohickey to pull the rock out.
You said doohickey.
It's a hook. Up there.
The thermometer.
It's got a thermometer so you can tell how hot the rock is. It's got the lid. This already got a thermometer in it.
Oh, well then that's.
It's got the pot here, but here's the working part. Let me see if I can get it. So it's got this rock. Here, put this. I don't want to put that on the floor. It's got this rock that you heat up. It's got a little eye hook right here. You can warm this up on a gas stove. You can warm it up in an oven, on open fire with a parabolic lens, solar oven, any way you can think of. And you use the thermometer, and it can get up to like 500 degrees. And
it'll get hotter.
And then once it's hot, you stick it in here. There's the doohickey.
Well, once it's hot, you're gonna take the telescopic hook scope.
Take the doohickey.
And then that's how you want to move that. And then put that down. And then put the inner pot in. Make sure it's secured right there.
Put the lid on it. Put
And
your stuff in.
Put your stuff in.
Boom. Lock it up.
Done.
You let it set. You let it set. And they
Just like a crock pot.
they made at Self-Reliance Festival, they were making a pot roast with potatoes and
I think it was
carrots.
a pork roast.
Pork roast.
Yeah.
And delicious. It tasted just like it was made in the kitchen, off grid.
And we did the pork tenderloin with potatoes and veggies and that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna back up because I missed some comments. Oh, Starla. Did Starla pop in? We didn't say. Oh,
Hi,
we got
Starla.
Rabbit Coyote in here too.
Hey, Rabbit.
Brian, actually, it's not confusing.
So easy.
Make the stone hot, stick it in the bottom, put your pot in, put your stuff in, lock it, boom, you're done. Don't open it up for 6 to 8 hours and you're good to go.
And that's one of the reasons why we have to cook longer in the morning, because we're constantly opening up the sample and showing how it's cooking. So
See, and yes, Milkmaid, it's a rather good idea. And it's one of those ideas that after I heard about it, I was like, that's so simple, it's genius.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, why couldn't I think of something like that?
you know, too
Hot
late.
rock
There's a
insulated
patent.
space. Absolutely. It's, let's see here. Is there a way to control the temperature on it once it's going? I missed half.
Yeah.
No.
So yes, there is. That's what the pressure gauge is for, babe.
No, that's for if your
No,
pressure.
it will.
For
No,
your pressure.
it will. No. So there's a pressure gauge on here. It's right here, and so if it starts to overheat and that kind of thing, then that's going to let some of that stuff out. So where your temperature control is, and what you want to do is when you heat your stone up. Does that make sense?
So Brian, the rock goes in the bottom,
Mhm.
and the food never touches the rock.
Right.
In fact, you're not supposed to put anything in the bottom. No water, no nothing. The rock goes in, and the pot goes on. And once the pot's in there, you can't spill anything into the bottom. At least I don't think you can. Can you?
No, you can't. I mean, I haven't. So
Which is pretty indicative, because she can make a mess. She does. In fact, we've got the saying around here. We know
you're a good chef when.
we know a meal is really, really good when she's wearing it on her shirt. What? Oh, Starla, you know what? Just do your best, sir.
Dang. Are you going to make it up for camp? You going to make it up for Midwest? I don't know.
Let's see. I bet I could make a mess with that too, Brian says.
You can try.
So Milkmaid has hubs on cleaning duty.
Oh, I like
Look.
that idea.
Look, I do enough. I do enough of gender unspecific roles as it is. Stuff that should be gender specific, but isn't. Boy, that's okay. Segue. Did you guys hear the news last week where the Biden administration passed some executive rule restructuring Title IX that said in order to get Title IX money, universities had to allow men to compete against biological females?
Yeah. Do you guys see a trend with this? So I thought it was very interesting. So even with that trend in mind with the government, there was a conservative senator that came out, maybe congressman, I'm not sure. And he actually made the comment, he said, all these protesters in college that are talking about, they're protesting and they're saying, colleges need to stop. We demand that you don't do business with anybody that does business with Israel. And he quickly pointed out, do you want your student loans or not? Because the government is the one that gives you the student loans. And so, I mean,
Well,
be that way. Maybe we could do it, save taxpayer
here's
dollars.
the thing that gets me about the whole Title IX thing. Well, aside from the men competing with women in female spaces thing, Title IX, a lot of Title IX money goes unclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of schools that don't use all their Title IX money, and which is a shame because I was talking to a guy whenever. I think it's when our son was the guy that we talked to there at Fayette, Missouri. What's the school up there? The place with the oh my gosh, sports medicine program that was really
Oh, that Ian was looking at.
good. Yeah.
That was.
But anyway, I was talking to this guy, and he was telling me that this money goes unclaimed, and all you have to do is teach your daughter how to be a scratch golfer, and almost every single college that has a golf team will
Free
give
ride.
them a full ride scholarship.
Yep.
Same with tennis. They don't even have to be that good at tennis. Just they're looking to spend this Title IX money, and so now those spots are going to be taken away from females and given to
Not
males.
milkmaid.
All right, go get your sleep. You need it for tomorrow. Do us proud. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, so there, hopefully this craziness gets sorted out and it'll go back to the way it's supposed to be. But I would still, even at that, I would still teach my daughter how to golf if I had it to do over again. And well, I don't golf, so I couldn't teach anybody how to golf.
Ian was talking about learning how to play golf. Probably because the twins play golf, but
well, it's a good thing for business. But I'm one of those golfers. I quit counting at 5. When I say I don't mean 5 strokes, I mean after the 5th ball is lost. Once I lose my 5th ball, I quit. I just it's a par 5, plain and simple. Brad says my niece went to Doane on a tennis scholarship. Yeah, see, So what else is going on in the world that's interesting?
a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to go back. I'd like to go back to
burying your head in the sand.
Well, uninteresting.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what is it? The Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. Well, we are living in interesting times. And she was talking about the takeovers on all the campuses. I remember the last time somebody had a Democrat presidential convention in Chicago. It was 1968. Did not end well for a lot of people. And I think the summer of 2024 is going to be a repeat of 1968. Some places are not putting up with it. Shockingly, the police department in Austin, Texas, cleared out protesters, and the police department in Ohio University, one of the Iowa or Indiana, they cleared people out, but they also had people taking over buildings, taking people hostage, But it's one of those things. Okay, so I got to read Rabbit's thing. I hate that game. My boss made us manage at Peeps, get out on the course and play golf. After the second time I flung the damn club down the green, he said I could go before I killed somebody. You know what the key is? If you're not any good, drink a lot.
No, the key is if you're not any good and it's a tournament, just get in the golf cart. Serve beer all day.
Look at that. You got all kinds of people.
Hey, my love. I'm so happy. Hey, babies. Good to see you.
Well, you know what?
You need more Skittles?
You know what? They don't love us enough that they would have come and seen us in Colorado. I'm just saying.
They tried so hard.
I'm just saying.
No, stop it. They tried hard. They did.
It was a good day though. Colorado was a good day.
It was a good day.
Would have been better. Would have been better if you came and visited, but we understand.
Well, so
we're not number one on the priority list.
We're kind of excited because maybe that's another, like we could do that every year, the Prepper Expo. And then, so if we do that, if they ask us to come out there again, so if they do that, then we were kind of thinking maybe we just take a couple more days and then see you guys. What'd she say?
Ian, half the game is learning to swing. The others is getting white girl wasted and calling your wife to bring you home.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
funny.
when the last time I played, I had to be the driver, so I had to quit drinking on the back nine. I just want to live long enough. Well, you know, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, has anyone watched Into Thin Air on YouTube? It's really interesting on weather information. No, haven't even heard of it.
No, usually we watch on YouTube is
Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall,
Ryan Hall, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And he did pretty good coverage on the last storm. And then tonight's storm, we didn't get in there and look at that because they were mostly covering what Texas, Oklahoma, that kind of thing, and then went over into Missouri. So.
Oh, Tamber mentioned tennis. So you know why I'm not a good golfer? Because I played baseball, and I swing the club like a baseball bat. So I'm always hooking it.
Can't do that.
And I'm not any good at tennis. I actually tried learning how to tennis because tennis actually looks like it's a little fun. But I played racquetball, and I played racquetball for almost 20 years total. But I swing a tennis racket like a racquetball racket, and I can't keep that dang ball in the court.
Did you see Joseph G? So is that the one you do? Right?
No, ultimate frisbee is like the football game of golf, which is a blast. But I used to be pretty heavily into disc golf. In fact, when I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, I was living with a couple in a trailer off base, and if you jumped the back fence for the lot that they had, you were on the 9th hole for the local disc golf green. So for 2 years, well, I guess it was only about 15 months, we would do that almost every night and go out and throw frisbees and everything. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah, frisbee golf and ultimate.
Pleasant Hill had a really good frisbee golf course.
Yeah, one of the best golf courses.
Yeah, in Kansas City. Had people coming from all over to play there.
Yeah. I miss it. I do kind of miss it.
I mean,
but
we have plenty of acreage.
I gave my discs away. I'm not buying new ones.
Who'd you give them to, Ian? Yeah. Oh, Ian, are you doing that? Probably not.
Be the ball, absolutely. If you're going to be good at golf, be the ball.
Or the twins feeding you that.
Joseph, you should give it a try, man. It's all the aggravation of golf with all the fun of throwing frisbees.
Ian's not even playing. Do it, man. I mean, it maybe relieves some stress and that kind of thing. So, might work for you.
Softball was where I shined, but I played basketball and volleyball in school. Yeah, mine were.
Skanes girl, you've got to stop talking about those sports.
Why?
She sleeps in my tent at camp. This is how rumors get started.
Oh, that's right. Big softball player, big volleyball player. Questions.
She's going to have to get her own tent.
Now, what are you talking about? You were water volleyball. That's not full of...
Water polo?
Or water polo, I'm sorry.
Like, way different.
I'm talking about the people that play it as a whole.
I was the only girl on the team.
Oh. Well, then you weren't on a women's team.
No, there was no women's team. So that was a long time ago. Do we need to go back there?
Look what she says. Put your glasses on and read that.
What did she say? What happens if the toast stays? Stop it. My son and granddaughter are watching.
A bunch of ladies got together and went to the putting range. We had 100 golf balls to hit. My daughter hit all 100 balls over 300 yards.
Wow.
And the people that ran it couldn't believe she was hitting them.
Wow. Yeah, isn't there, what is it? I can't remember. I want to say Skyline, but I'm not sure that's it. The big driving range out here, Kansas City and Kansas
over on 119th.
Well, there's one here too. But isn't there like vehicles or something like that? And there's prizes if you can hit out to somewhere. I think there is.
Driving ranges are just another excuse to drink. Let's see. Tamara played football. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Tamara played football?
Junior high. In high school.
How'd she do that?
She was that in Texas? Okay. I was a coach of my son's and daughter's baseball teams. Huh? Top Golf driving range. Yep. That's it. That's what you're thinking.
Top Golf?
Top Golf. That's the one over on 119.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both of us did sports in high school. Our kids did sports. Not gonna lie, I was not the best sports parent out there, and I was not the best youth coach out there. I may have inadvertently had a. You guys remember the movie Soccer Dad with gosh, who was in that? Mike Ditka and Will Ferrell. I had a moment like that I figured out that I did not need to be coaching soccer youth team.
What about football? When our son broke his thumb.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. I'm not going to tell that story unless he wants me to.
Yeah.
No, but girls softball broke me. 12 and under girls softball broke me of coaching.
Ian said, "Tell them
about
my thumb."
But that 12U girls broke me of coaching youth sports, girls youth sports. Okay.
After 2 years.
So I don't even remember how he broke it. Do you?
Yeah. So well, I think they were playing football, right? Something like that.
Remember.
I think Ian.
Oh, we were at practice, and he hurt his thumb.
And then so it had to be cast.
So they didn't cast it. They put it in the soft cast with the metal.
They casted it, yeah.
So anyway, I wanted him to play, and he wanted to play, so I wrapped him up with foam and had him. Dude, it was perfect, except for one thing: the imagination and the ingenuity of a 10-year-old. So we go to practice. No, he may have been 12. We go to practice, and we're getting ready for practice, and the head coach comes up. No, it was 10 because Greg left after that. It was Chuck and I. So we go to practice, and we're waiting for practice to start. And the coach goes, "Can you play with that?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's really good." And he takes it, and as hard as he can, we were standing next to this electrical box, one of those big green ones. He takes his thumb and rams it into the side of that box so hard that it flattened the end of that splint against the end of his thumb. And so he's like, "Oh!" I was like, I guess he's not gonna play. He tried playing one game with it. He practiced that week, and he tried playing a game with it. And we decided probably should leave him out for a week or two.
He brought him home, and I was looking. I'm like, "What the hell happened?" I was just trying to figure out what was going on. And he told me, and I probably ranted for a week.
No, you're still ranting every time you talk about it.
Yeah, kind of.
That
was like kind of
the best
turd move.
The best one was our daughter breaking her wrist, learning how to slide on the grass in the side. And when I say grass, I mean that's one thing. When we lived in the suburban lot, I tried to keep a really good thick bed of grass in the yard, and she managed to break her wrist sliding on grass on the side yard. So my kids had a habit of hurting themselves. And that one was so bad she couldn't.
To the point that we were so concerned.
Oh no, that was you. You're the one that kept taking the small child into the doctor's office, and because she hurt herself.
I got questions.
Both our kids were very active, and they did what kids did. And she came from a military background, and
you get hurt, you just deal with it.
No, in your family, when you were growing up, if you guys got hurt, first thing you did was your mom took you to the.
No, that's not true.
That's not what you told me.
I've got holes in my legs because of grandma. That is not true. Yeah. And my mom was like, "Suck it up." Everybody's like, "Suck it up." This is why I don't do well with people that are hurting. Like I so try. I just at some point you got to put your big girl pants on and move on, or your big boy pants on and move on. And Ian will probably tell you the same thing. I was just kind of that way.
I worked on a driving range.
I was a hard mom.
As a bouncer until I started hitting people with the balls. Some people left with huge balls. Yeah, Son of Hack said alcohol makes golf less boring.
Ian sent the same comment, so not that comment, but
alcohol makes everything less boring. Yes, this is true, Rabbit.
Yeah. So Ian said that he picked up golf. I picked up golf for schmoozing at work.
Schmoozing. Well, and you know what? That's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people do it.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If I had the time to practice and become good at it,
get your hips to move that way.
I still that and it. You know what? Some people it comes naturally to. Other people have to work on it. I'm one of those people that got to work on it.
There's something to the back legs. So when you're, I used to
It's completely.
I used to work at a golf course.
It is completely opposite from swinging a baseball bat.
It is.
It is completely opposite, and
you're not grounded. You have to be able to be flexible.
Well, and you're flexible, but it's a different. You're pivoting differently.
Correct.
But and you know, I played baseball and softball for, gosh, till I was 27. No, I didn't play in a league when we were in DC, did I?
So no, I think
25.
you talked about it. But you
25. You know, so it's it's habits. You know, everybody says it's muscle memory. This is a pet peeve I have. Muscles do not have memories. It's called oh gosh, what's it called? What are you looking at? Help me remember what it's called.
Our son is texting.
It's like repetitive. It's repetitive action. Is you train your mind to do the action over and over and over again. So it's not your muscles. It's your mind. And I never used to be like that until we started hanging out with Trauma Bob, the trauma doctor, and he used to get so mad whenever we said that. So naturally we said
He's like, oh my God, no.
Naturally we said it just upsetting.
So we do have an Amazon affiliate. I think you have to go to our Amazon store, but the parabolic lens, I am actually trying to get directly from the creator. This particular one that goes up to 15,000 BTUs.
1,500.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's more than that. 15,000 BTUs.
So if you want one right now, you can get one off of Amazon.
Right. If you're willing to wait, I'll take care of that. I'll figure that one out. I've got a lot of people wanting them. Thing is, when he orders them to have them here, it's literally a freight container full. And I just don't want him sitting on all that money. I think we could sell them, but I just don't want to obligate him to having that in inventory. So
Skanes is trying to snake Rabbit playing pool, and Rabbit's trying to snake Skanes at playing pool. And then Skanes brings up darts. Oh, I love darts.
I'll play pool with you.
Darts are so much fun.
I'll play darts too. Got to have $100 bill.
You're not that good. You never.
I used to be.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
We were in a.
No, so like when I played with you, I was trying to win you. Are you talking about DC? I was trying to keep you.
No, you weren't. You already had me.
No.
We were married and had a kid at that point.
I'm not sure about that, but.
Len, if you're still on here, do you remember her playing darts?
I hit the wall once. And it was after mudslides. A crap ton of mudslides. You guys kind of.
We got better when we drank.
Whatever.
We were in Jebel Ali on a port call, and we ended up in this bar down by the souk.
Rabbit's like $100 beginner. Like 1980s in Mexico. So.
It was a bar owned by a British expat who was an SAS guy, and they had darts in there, and we were drinking, and we practiced on board ship, and the dartboard on the ship would literally move.
I will not do horseshoe skeins.
So my buddy and I got really good at being teammates because I cannot hit a bullseye. For some reason, hitting the bullseye is extremely hard for me, but I can hit everything else. He, on the other hand, Crooks could hit the bullseye like not even looking at it, just throwing him and hitting the bullseye. But he couldn't hit anything else. So we practiced.
T1.
So we're there, we're playing, and we're just goofing around here like we're throwing them over our shoulder and stuff. And these two British guys come up and they're like, "Hey, you mates want to play?" And so we're like, "Yeah, sure." And they wanted to play for money. So well, no, let's play one game first and let's see how it goes. And we smoked them. They got mad. They got mad because we did so well. You know what, Scanes? If it's not going to be here this time you come up, and next time you come up, hopefully I will have the horseshoe pits in place.
Seriously, you're going to put another one in?
Yes, of course.
You hardly played in Pleasant Hill.
I played all the time in the summer.
No, you did not on the farm. We did. Mark and Kelly got us into the tournament, and so we were doing that. We totally sucked.
Well, it's because we did. We were really good. But they've been playing together for years.
Yeah. They get a bunch of couples together and then go out to the lake on the horseshoe pits, and then they'd go back and forth. But some I would get, but most I did not. And then it didn't help that
we always backed into the losers bracket.
Well, but it also didn't help that somebody out there made moonshine.
Yeah.
And he always broke it out in the beginning. So I think we were targets. Not judging, just saying.
You just learned how to play cornhole? My gosh.
I'm good at cornhole.
Cornhole and hillbilly golf, those used to be staples.
We have those. Do you know where those are?
I'm not sure
We could take them out to camp if they're in good shape.
I'm not sure.
Cornhole now is $200. Yeah. I saw it at Sam's.
Just get 10 to make you a set. He does it for 70.
Does he?
I think so.
I don't want Chiefs or any shit like that on there.
Okay.
See what he'll do, and then see if he'll do that. If he can get them done before camp, we'll take them out there.
But, yeah, these are all but they're all, again, most of these involve alcohol. I'm not gonna lie. If you're around here,
Redneck.
we're rednecks. We admit it.
Proud to be redneck.
So what else do we got to talk about? Banks. Let's talk about banks. We're off of the fun stuff. We need to seriously talk about banks right now.
I wondered why you had me make that run.
Part of what we're doing is starving the beast. And if you want a complete synopsis on what that entails, go over and check out Tag's channel over at Life Done Free. So Republic Bank, and I cannot remember for the life of me the full name of what the LLC is called, but the Republic Bank in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania got seized by the FDIC. They're liquidating the assets, and another bank is taking over their portfolio. Is that right? Their books.
Yeah.
Their portfolio.
Books. Same thing.
So they're taking it over. So this is a regional bank, and this is one of those banks that's quote unquote too big to fail, and they tried keeping it afloat, but they couldn't.
Another bailout?
No, they didn't. They ended up not bailing it out. They seized it. So they consolidated it with another bank. Okay, this concerns me. This really concerns me because one of the planks in Marxism is centralized banking. The reason why the Marxists like centralized banking is because it allows for centralized planning of an economy. It takes away flexibility in people being loaned money. They can control who gets money for loans and who doesn't better. So it's a big one. So now we're already, as a nation, we are already well down the road towards centralized banking, like hardcore centralized banking. We've already got the Fed that creates money out of thin air and screws up the economy. Mm-hmm. We have unpegged the dollar from gold, created a fiat currency, which again screws up the economy. Here's something they don't talk about. It's becoming an epidemic. The small local banks, and a community bank is considered any bank that services less than 50,000 people. So these small community banks are folding, and if the economy keeps going downhill, which even if the even if the administration changes, it's still going to go downhill. You can't turn it on a dime. It will take years to recover if the system allows it to recover. So some of these towns like the community, well, the community bank here is not
No,
that
it's
bad.
a state bank, babe.
That's still a community. No, I guess you're right.
Bigger. It's bigger.
They serve more. But if
Like
you,
I have zero problems when I go in
if
there.
you live someplace where there's like one main employer, where the area that the bank services, and that company closes, then that bank is going to close unless their books are really good and they've done a really good job. They're going to close. Now, the reason why community banks are good is because they allow that flexibility that centralized banking takes away. This is what they get. The state banks and the local banks are the ones that give small businesses the best flexibility in getting money, and so this is something we need to really consider. Yes, I had her pull. We got the money up high enough in the account that I had her pull money out of the system. And the good thing is the people at the bank are like-minded and they understand.
So look at what Ian said.
Okay, real question. Do you have the book by A.B. Howard, Herbs for You? Don't we have that one?
No, I don't think so.
No, I've got it in PDF. Somebody sent it. If you go back,
Oh, Gypsy sent
if
that.
you go back through our community posts, there's a link to a Google Doc PDF of that book. If you're looking for that book, I did not print that off. I did not print that off yet. That's
Yeah,
something
you
I
were
need to
supposed to, and then we were gonna. I think Louise is gonna bind them.
Yeah, there's a large movement in DC to go back to the gold stemming from.
So
Yeah, the
Kansas 3.5 years ago, Kansas actually said silver and gold are legal tender. It is in law.
Yeah.
And so you just got to kind of watch and see what the state does. Missouri, I don't believe, is doing that. I don't think that Alabama's doing that. There's a lot of it. It's Texas.
Here's the deal. So gold is a financial PM. Gold is a form of currency. Silver, even though they use it in currency, is actually considered a manufacturing metal because it's more valuable in the manufacturing sector than it is in the financial sector. So they're playing with the values of that stuff. So Lynn says if you don't want to have any faith in the money system, read The Creature from Jekyll Island, the true story of how the money system was created. Jekyll Island is where they had the conference to create the Fed. And it is, I haven't read that book. In fact, I don't even think I finished it.
Really?
When I tried reading it. But yeah, and that's one of the things.
Oh, so no, so Rabbit sent that, and so no, there was no way we read that.
What?
Because we were thinking if you go up, what he said, the first comment.
Rabbit, are you the one that sent that? No, I went
Did
through
Rabbit send it?
I don't know. I don't remember who sent it.
I remember Gypsy sending something over, and we're supposed to print that out, and then Louise is going to bind it. I don't think that's Rabbit. So if that came from Rabbit, then we need it.
So skeins almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and H-bombs. So, but what you actually meant to type was I did not read it. Now I attempted to read it, and I'm not going to lie, it did not engage me at the time. I probably ought to go back and reread it again. The Constitution says that gold and silver is money. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is used for finance. But I'm just saying, in the modern era, when you talk about mnemonics, numismatics. I'm sorry, mnemonics. That's words. Numismatics. Silver is considered a manufacturing mineral. It's still got the value. It's still be used as tender, but it's more valuable in manufacturing now than it is in the financial sector. Let's see here. In SHT, I'm selling my Girl Scout cookies for $1 gold per box. 24
Don't come here.
The equivalent of $2,400 for a Thin Mint, a box of
it's
Thin
more
Mint.
than that now, isn't it?
I think it's up to 20. Last time I looked, it was 24, but that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's higher now. What did Ian say?
Read Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, the single best explanation of how money works. It goes into why the value of, and how money is backed.
Yeah.
I read Jekyll Island just before separating from the Navy back in 2013. Yeah, there's a lot of good books. You guys, if you guys don't follow Blue Wolf, Len Huffman, he is doing a series on books to read. Books to read if you want to manage wealth. In fact, the video he just did, take it easy, Miss Axe. The video he just did was about a game that Robert Kiyosaki put out back in the 90s, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, what's it called? If you're still on here, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. Man. But watch his series. He talks about the Kiyosaki books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the other one, Cash Flow. That's the name of it, Cash Flow. Yeah, but it looks like an interesting game. You know the sad part about that. I watched the video about the game, and so we do game nights, or we did game nights, and invariably, alcohol was kind of involved at times. Like, you can't play Trailer Park Wars without having alcohol. I'm sorry, you just can't. But I'm watching this video. I'm like, I wonder how if you could play this with alcohol involved. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, you can, but then you end up way in debt, just like you do in real life.
Oh, Gypsy's in here. Gypsy, oh my gosh, these chicks, we've got some beautiful chicks. I mean, we've got one that's silver looking. I think Patty called that a blue breast. And then we've got some black that are kind of tuxedoed and that kind of thing, the mixture between the Australorp.
Really?
I mean, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful birds.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And we're spreading those through the community, extended community. And I think I'm going to have to maybe hit you up for some more eggs if you're not going to eat them. Because now there's more people that are like, yes, definitely. If these are producing in the winter, we want to make sure that we have these birds on the property.
Yeah.
So
I made this pie, Jonathan. Time to do them dishes. So one of the point I made on the cash flow video that Len put up was, Gen Xers, they did a great job of teaching us how to manage wealth, manage debt. They did a fantastic job.
Gen Xers did that?
No, the people that taught us about money.
Okay.
I turned 16. My dad took me down and got a signature loan.
Those are boomers.
On a CD. Well, my dad was silent generation. He wasn't a boomer. Your parents were boomers. Mine were silent generation. Anyway, but they did a great job. In fact, Dave Ramsey, he's the money guy. He's the money guy, but it is his whole Financial Peace University, everything except for the last chapter in that book is about managing debt. They never taught us how to manage wealth. And it really kind of burns me that it took me well into my 50th decade on this planet before that was even a concern for me. And I really feel like our parents did a disservice to us. And I know I did it in this manner. I did a disservice to my kids. I know because the only thing I tried to teach them was don't go into debt.
I think you did a great job.
And society is built around debt. And I'm not one of those people that says, using debt is bad, because I understand there are circumstances. If I had the ability to buy more land, I would go into debt for that. in fact, that's the only thing that I would willingly go into debt for.
We should have bought that
But
over
that
there
would have
or
been,
split that with
that
the
was
Kings.
it was too expensive, and
I
we didn't
bet
have
you.
it. We didn't have the time.
I bet you they did not pay that. He's an attorney. There's no way.
But so yeah, you know. So one thing we need to be doing, if you've got kids, even if you're not very good at it, figure out how to teach them about managing wealth and doing that. You know, I look at these kids. We were talking about the protest earlier. You know, some of those kids, the kids doing the protest, and the teachers or the academia or whatever you want to call them.
I have no
That's
idea.
a very small. It's a very small portion of the population of the schools. They're keeping these kids from being able to go to classes and stuff. Kids that want to learn, and you know the schools, by allowing these protests to go on, are doing all these kids that paid tuition.
Wait, you need to address this.
Which one?
So he talked a little bit. If you go up, he said, Rabbit said that Dave Ramsey. Ramsey says a lot of dumb things. I don't know. I saw something about somebody said something with gold was worthless and that kind of thing.
Oh no!
Here's the deal. So you don't, and I'll address this because we have our financial advisor, and so we were in the system, so we had somebody running our money and doing all that. And then as we were getting to the point of where we needed to be, I had a real problem because all of the gold and silver that we owned was on paper only, and it was all up in Canada. And so I was like, I have a problem with this. And so even he was like, wait, what? And I said, no, I need tangibles. And that was tag. I said, I need tangibles. I need to be able to hold it in my hand and know what I have. Because, guys,
well, if
everything goes south, are you really getting up to Canada
we
and
got
and collecting your gold? You're
Yep.
not.
We got those gold stocks. You know, and here's the deal. Gold and silver only have as much value as what people put into them. And it's just like anything else. Tulips, baseball cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, they're only worth what people are willing to say they're worth. All right? If somebody's starving, an ounce of gold will not be worth as much as a can of beans.
Right.
Right? So, you know, we try to keep some precious metals around, like, and I think everybody should. But it's not where we keep what we put our faith in. You know, and these guys like Andrew Tate, you know, I think we were talking about this last week, the Bugattis. You know, the people that want the Bugattis and the people that have a big stock portfolio and they live in the McMansion and everything. You know, their wealth is false. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. Their wealth is false because you can't eat a Bugatti, and if somebody's starving, you can't trade their food for you, and you're at the whim of the system. You know, like I said earlier in the live stream, or I guess I said it last week. You know, it's a good problem to have things that break. Not having stuff to break, like tractors and chainsaws and stuff like that, is a very bad position to be in because it means you don't have that many resources. All right. So, you know.
I need to.
Well, you know what? Yeah, he is. You know. Here's the deal. He, for being a guy that peddles porn. Some of the things he says as far as the way that the genders interact is 100% spot on. But then he gets these young impressionable guys, and this is where the scam artist comes in. His top GU, that's a scam to separate young kids that don't have good role models from their money. You know. So I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, and you guys are having some great conversations.
Okay, so Gypsy's not asleep. I'm gonna go grab that one. I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Debt management, know nothing about. Yep. Come on over. We'll save up the Australorp American Bressy combo eggs.
Yes.
Farm Ranch Homestead. Howdy. Just been here a few minutes ago, enjoying the conversation. Well, hello. Tated pills, young man, because society is devoid of true masculine role models. As a whole, I will agree with that comment. Locally, we should be building those role models. We should be those role models within our communities, gentlemen. You know, I think around here we're trying to do a pretty good job of that. Okay, Gypsy, you got it.
Look at that. How beautiful is that? She's so cute.
Look at that. She's what, a day old?
Yeah.
It's got a silver chest and a charcoal. What is it? Can you give it a turn around? Charcoal back. Okay, we'll put her away. She's freaking out.
Okay. Why are you freaking out, baby?
Okay. That is the basis of credit score, which we have been programmed to believe is better when it's hard. Oh yeah, my parents taught me when I was 16. That's the reason why I got a signature loan on a CD and put it in the credit union, because I needed to build my credit score. You know, Brian says my credit score is 0. I don't use credit, therefore nobody with a brain would steal my credit. That you either have it 0 or you have it as close to 0 as you can get. I did that for a lot. Okay. Oh, that's not the one. I agree. Ian, I agree. I'm 35 and still don't know how to be a man. Well, Joseph, you just got to make it out here to Midwest Preparedness Festival, and we'll get you headed down the right path. Okay, debt isn't good or bad. It's how it's used. Absolutely. Well, and then, you know, it doesn't help that the credit card companies, they're still on campuses getting these young kids credit cards. You know, my dad wasn't in my dad's life. My dad, yeah, that'll do it. Gypsy says he's got 3 of those in Bees Brooder over at their house. Okay. Money is made out of thin air by banks giving us loans with the agreement to pay back interest. Simple scheme. Well, you know what? That didn't used to be the case. Money, somebody, I think it was you, said money was made to protect wealth. And that was when money's tied to something, whether it's gold or grain or whatever historically is being used, then money is a valuable asset to have. When it's fiat, you know, it's not. And again, this is why we try to starve the beast. And every time I point my finger at you, I've got 3 pointing back at me, because we use credit way more often than we should. I think a lot of people do. We're trying to wean ourselves off. You gonna put chickens away?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll be right back. Hey, bring me a tea in whenever you come, please.
I don't think you have any more.
There's one on the very bottom. I saw it.
So I have to dig through there.
I got it. I snipped out that Snapple. I don't even like tea. Do not even like tea. All right, take care. Let's see here. 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard. Absolutely. That's why pre-68 coins went up in price when he did that. So did gold. You know, but they're still playing. They still got the silver prices artificially low. And okay, hang on. Hey, okay, I got it. We went off the gold standard under, of all people, Nixon saying, "Trust me." Well, you know what? Bush told us that the Patriot Act was going to be a good thing too. So it's not Nixon. Nixon hasn't been the only person like that. What did Obama say? You can keep your doctor, cheap insurance. Okay, a lot of my credit as a young adult was only in one bank. My dad would put a CD up against my loan to save me money on interest. Yeah. That's one thing good about being in the military is, okay, she's not in here, so I'm going to say this. Until I met Angela, I wasn't in debt. You know, the only debt I had when I joined the Marine Corps per se was my student loan, and I reenlisted to get a bonus uh, to pay that off. In fact, I got enough. I got enough on the bonus to pay off my student loan and buy a Jeep CJ 1984 CJ7. Hey, Randy. Okay. On a lighter note, I'm taking applications for a French maid. Inquire within. So you want to be a French maid? You're looking for people that need French maids? How do we feel about sourdough? Love sourdough. Can't eat it right now. Trying to get that weight off again. Finally, my body's finally feeling good enough. I'm getting exercise again, so laying off it. But yeah, she makes some wicked sourdough, and the friendship bread, which is basically the same concept. And we had, oh my goodness, when we were in Pleasant Hill and living in the suburbs, the entire counter with packages of sourdough and friendship bread. Oh, too funny. Do I amuse you? Is that what you're saying? We'll have to have a talk. No, I'm glad I can be of entertainment. Okay, Arvidge once said, "You understand it. You understand the banking system. The future video coming about the banker's code." Oh, looking forward to that. I seriously, I need to read some of the books that you're saying. I've been terrible at being on the turning the pages though. Dun, dun, dun. My grandfather said, "You stay single, your pockets will jingle." Well, she freaked out when we first got together. We were engaged.
You tell them stories.
And we went on a sea period. We were gone for like 45 days. Now it was less than 45 because we didn't have a still beach. But I had to get my Jeep licensed in California.
I think you went to the Gulf.
Was it when I was in the Gulf?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, no, because we came back. We came back from that sea period.
6 months later.
No, that's when the roof got stolen. But anyway, she gets a hold of me and she's like, "Oh my God, it's going to cost $2,000 to make your exhaust system California compliant." Because the person that I bought the Jeep from had welded the exhaust full length down the frame, so they were going to have to cut it off. And I'm sure that they probably took advantage of her too a little bit, but it was $2,000, and I said, "Yeah, just my checkbook's there at the house. Go ahead and because I kept a bunch of stuff over at her house. I said, go ahead and write a check for it." And she's like, "You got that much money in the bank?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." You know. Then we got married, and 2 years later, Finger Hut sent us a thank you card at Christmas time.
I think kids had something to do with that too. So, just saying.
Yeah, but did you see what? Gypsy's the one that set that off.
What do you say?
My grandfather said, "Stay single,
Yeah.
pockets will jingle."
How's that working for you, Gypsy?
But we're at almost an hour and 40 minutes. You guys got anything you want to talk about? They were asking. Tiger was asking about sourdough, how we felt about it. I said I love
sourdough.
And I said you make great sourdough.
Yeah, and you can do crackers out of it. You can do all kinds of stuff, treats, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, sourdough is good. It's great for your gut.
Yeah, they're still around. They're still around because I looked them up the other day because I hadn't heard of them either. But they're still around, but they're basically online now.
They used to send you like all kinds of flyers and stuff.
An acre, 5 bedrooms. Okay, Starlet. Got new property. 1 acre, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, cellar, large deck, 8-foot tall fence surrounded by tall mature trees, 2 laundry rooms, for
$7,900 and paid for.
Oh, nice. Debt-free with cash on the side. Sounds familiar. Sourdough biscuits. My mom used to make them the best. Yep. Hell of a deal right there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what.
Here, I'll be right
I
back.
think she's in the Panhandle, right? So that's kind of what you get there. But it's, what would you call that? Desolate,
I don't know.
like not many people, that kind of thing. So who knows? But anyway,
Uninhabited?
I think it's inhabited, but yeah, no. So there's that.
Oh my God! Look at your stupid Pyrenees.
Yeah, but the thing is too is that it's not even raining.
Fancy's
Like, there's
in the house.
standing water.
Fancy's in the house because it was raining, and she's over there against the pantry, laying on her back with her legs spread, just relaxing.
Yeah, Tesla is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Not all women cause debt. No.
Just the ones I married, or the one I married, I should say.
Are you serious?
No, you know what? No, here, hang on before we address what Skink said. Our debt was my fault because I was the leader of the household. I should not have allowed it to happen. But we sometimes we love our spouses so much that we can't say no, and it became a very bad habit.
You bought all the cars.
Yeah, because we needed
decided
vehicles.
on-
Because we needed vehicles to.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, so I don't know.
The credit card debt wasn't my fault. I'm not saying a bad thing. All the debt was my fault. Even running up Fingerhut and all that stuff because I did not say no.
Well, Fingerhut sucked. So Fingerhut, it was pots and pans and that kind of thing.
Well, it's household stuff.
I was always trying to figure out how to put the house together. So
okay, my dad was eyeball deep in debt when he met my mom. He was 6 years younger than her. She was meticulous with money. Well, so she was the saver, he was the spender.
good.
We're going to try to build a new chicken coop this weekend. Need room since we got new chickens. Well, good luck. I hope it's not raining on you too hard. We're supposed to get rain all the way through Saturday evening.
Oh,
I think it's tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be dry, and then it's going to rain again.
And then I think every night this week. So we'll see how camp out's going to go. But I don't know. I'm kind of worried because we're going to have things on the electrical system. So I'll have to make sure I unplug everything, I guess.
Fingerhut just makes me think of Yakuza chopping off fingers because you're in debt. Yes, they had that payment system. We always put it on a credit card though.
No, with them.
Oh, that's right. You had the Fingerhut credit card. That, and then
or their credit stream or whatever it was. That was so long ago. I can't remember.
When we started getting out of debt, we did the Dave Ramsey thing. You guys say bad stuff about Ramsey, but I will say this: him presenting the snowball system, in a manner that people understand,
saved us.
Is a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they were not high on my priority list to pay off. There were other things that were more important to me because I did not put the smallest one first because I want to get these other ones paid off.
You want to put Lynn's channel on there? It's Blue Wolf, right?
Here, hang on, guys.
But it's spelled different, so we'll get it for you, Skeins.
Yeah.
And he's a good friend of ours. We consider him like a brother.
Yes. Let's see here.
No, I don't think. Is that right?
Oh no.
No, it's not blue like the color.
Blue Wolf is a great techno thing, apparently. Or a furry. Blue Wolf is not a furry channel. If you find a Blue Wolf furry channel, that's not Lynn.
Get off, get off.
Let's see here. Hang with us, guys.
So it does look like most people in the community right now are
There it
clear from
No,
weather.
it is Blue Wolf.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just low. He's just starting out. But yeah, no, you guys go check him out. He's got good information. He is a best-selling author and has really just great information.
Yeah.
So
See, I was right. But if you type Blue Wolf in without anything else, you're gonna get techno music and furries.
oh my.
Dave Ramsey has a few good points. Well, and his views on using debt as a tool, it's kind of hypocritical because I know when you run a business the size that he runs, that you're gonna use debt as a tool. You can't. You just I can't see somebody being able to do that.
Well,
at
now
that
he's
scale.
got employees too, but he's had a lot of years to build, so I'm not sure that's accurate.
But, oh yes, it is very disturbing.
So weird. Like I didn't even know until what you told me last week. Like the people that identified as cats, they're the ones that are wearing the little. Um,
No, we were listening to the YouTube video about the kids that were protesting because the furries in the junior high were scratching and biting people.
No, I didn't watch that.
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I saw some people when I was down in the city that were wearing that, and I was like, "What in the hell are those grown ass women literally sitting there with their headbands on with cat ears?" And I was like, "That was so weird." And now I know why
Well,
they identify them.
it is it's a symptom. It's a symptom of what's wrong
Sick
with this.
society.
Yeah, somebody did a video asking what people thought was the biggest threat to our country, and I pointed out that anything you talk about, if you're not dealing with the morals of the country, is just a symptom.
Yeah. Reddit, shame on you.
This is furries. If your kids are those, spay and neuter your dogs and cats. Improve the gene pool. Absolutely. Yes, they have litter box in some schools. Let's see. I saw kids. Yeah, I saw that one too. One of those furries. It was a child of a teacher in school. Yep.
Well, you just have to wonder if your kids go that sick. Like, what are you doing wrong as a parent, right? So, yeah. I mean, gotta have discipline in the house. And I know our kids think that we're probably the meanest people in the world, but I mean, I kept them for the most part disciplined. Neither one of them are sick, and you did too.
Yeah.
I mean, we had our struggles,
and we were, and we were still more lenient than we should have been.
Yes, we were.
And that's one of the things that I'm finding.
Could you imagine how horrible of parents we'd been
if we were millennials?
If we were how much horrible as parents we would have been if we put more restrictions on them.
Oh yeah.
Like we did. Ian doesn't think that. I don't think, but
one of the things I'm learning about Gen X is, as parents, we tried to compensate for the stuff that our parents did, and we were more, how do I say it? We tried to put more.
We tried to make sure that they had.
We talked about emotions with our kids.
We tried to make sure they had more privileges than we did, and that's where we made our mistake.
No, we talked about emotions with them. I didn't talk about emotions with my parents.
I don't remember.
I think
I did talk.
But you're a girl.
No, so like emotions, when we were talking about emotions, it was like, suck it up, buttercup. Move on. And I did actually have to tell my daughter-in-law that on her wedding day. That really sucked. And so but I was like, we'll figure it out.
Okay, yeah, and like Comic-Con and those things, yeah, that's different. Cat ears are a fashion thing, not sexuality thing. Yeah, it's a furry is not a sexuality thing either. It's something worse. Yeah, it'll drive you crazy if you try to look into it deeper. Absolutely.
What, so Skeens, are you all what? What is a blue meanie?
A blue meanie is a character out of uh, the Yellow Submarine album. I don't remember which song it is.
Yellow Submarine?
No, the album. Is it in Yellow Submarine when they talk about the blue meanies? I don't
I
remember.
have no idea. I don't remember
We
that.
all blue meanies. Say it isn't so.
What's a blue meanie?
You're gonna have to go look it up.
Crap. I dive deeper into the Beatles.
We were the last feral generations, and I raise a toast to every single one of you.
We
Night,
actually,
Starla.
with everything going on, we were probably the hardest kids to handle, I think.
Well, and here's okay.
For our parents, anyway.
So I started writing a book. The Tag's been telling me for years that I need to tell our story, and we did the exiting the system thing twice, and that prompted me to start writing a book. So I was
People actually want to hear our story.
I was trying to figure out our story, and one of the things. So I said it earlier. My parents were silent generation, so they did not raise me like boomer parents. Her parents, you had a mom that was a typical boomer mom, but your dad was very strict and
No, my mom was not typical.
well, okay, no, that's not. You're right. That's
and
not.
Let's not dive in there.
No, you're right. That's not the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But because of your your upbringing was not necessarily like the typical Generation X kid. Like neither was mine. You were closer to it than I was, though. You're allowed at a younger age to do a lot more stuff.
Well, we lived on a Navy base,
Right.
And so we were in base housing, and the beach was right across the street. And then it was like, okay, I'm taking up surfing, and then all of a sudden a surfboard showed up, and then okay, I'm taking up sailboarding, and all of a sudden a sailboard showed up, and I'm sure my dad wanted that for me too because dad was home when that happened. I think the surfboard was a little bit different because a friend of ours, somebody else in base housing, had that. And so I mean, I can't remember. I was so damn young.
Rabbit, I don't think you're a typical boomer.
But
so I was painting with a large brush, and people talk bad about millennials and Gen Zers.
Mm-hmm.
Paint with a wide brush. There's always problems because there are millennials and
that are good.
Listen,
our kids are millennials.
They between the two generations, a large swath of them fought a multi-decade war. You know, so they're not all the snowflakes and crazy people that they're made out to be. So
no, I think a lot with my family. I mean, first of all, without giving a lot away, my mom had issues, and you got to remember, my dad, he was on sea duty. He was gone at that time 9 months out of the year, and I really think my dad kind of beats himself up about that. But I mean, I turned out okay. I gave him hell, but I turned out okay. So, and my brother did too.
You took a lot of spackle and renovation to be okay.
Like you did that? Because I think I had that fixed before you. Because
you did? Holy crap!
That's how I was able to challenge you.
Yes, Len, you're right. Generations and the fourth wave. I have not got through Generations yet. But they talk about that generational hexagonal, whatever it's called.
Hexagon?
No. Every generation matures and changes their thinking, and you can literally draw a line through the ages. How these?
Oh crap! You remember? I remember that. So I had two, quote unquote, friends, their acquaintances, that came over, and I was like 29 getting ready to turn 30, and there was something going on, and they came over and they actually talked to me, and they were like, when you turn 30 you're going to get smarter. And it was like, I need you two crazy people out of my life. So they went, and I was like, okay, now what do they mean? And so later on I'm like, holy crap, every 10 years we get a bit smarter. But we do that because we've advanced, we've learned,
you mature.
we're doing stuff. And so
And there's some very good
knowledge is wasted on the
that's
youth.
in generations they talk about that, and it's as a group we get smarter, and you know, individually we get smarter, but as a generation we get smarter.
Yeah, well, that was just a bunko game, so not a big
Man,
deal.
you were probably a hippie, Rabbit. I bet you owned a pair of water buffaloes and a navy jacket at one point, didn't you? Oh, goodness. Okay, guys, we have covered a lot of ground tonight. It's getting late.
Oh my gosh, we're almost on 2 hours.
Yeah, it's getting late. Thanks for showing up. You guys make it worthwhile. I hope this was not. I hope this was not.
What did Ian
Okay,
say?
hang on a second. I gotta see what.
Our son.
Generation complaints are funny to me. I think it's Plato Aristotle who said that the next generation coming up in Greece was going to end the world because they were soft.
Correct. Correct, sir.
Well,
This is why I love our boy.
The funny thing about it is the boomer generation may end the world. That's the scary part about it. They saved us in the 80s, and they may doom us in the 2020s.
No, I think that they just made it harder, and we have to figure out how to overcome it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's overcoming. Put your big boy and big girl pants on, walk on, and figure it out.
Yep. Having kids will make most people understand they at least need to grow up. It may take a couple years like me to do it, but
yeah, all of a sudden you're like, holy crap! Oh my gosh, they're listening to me talk. They're doing all this. Oh, I don't want them to replicate what I'm saying, like the cuss words and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem.
Well, and then it also didn't help that we had parrots in the house that were also cussing. Ian was really great at that. Lexi was even better.
Yes. My children cussed like Marines at one point, which got me in trouble with my mom.
Why aren't you helping him clean your room? Because he's being an asshole. And she was like, what, 3?
Was she even that? Maybe she may have been 4. I know she wasn't.
No, I don't know. But yeah, no. So it was crazy.
All right, guys, listen, we're 2 hours in. Thanks for showing up. Remember, if you want to support the channel, the links are in the description down below for our affiliate links if you're looking for anything. Joseph G.
Don't forget your RockPot.
Thanks for purchasing one. I think you're gonna really like it.
And if you have questions, call us. Like I said, email us, whatever.
As a reminder, foodforestnursery.com. We've got a 10%. Oh, excuse me.
30% this week.
We've got a 10% off coupon or code for us for your first purchase, and they're having a spring clearance sale right now that you're getting 30% off of everything.
Go do it.
So
get your food forest in.
If you're looking for some good quality rootstock to plant, they've got.
And I'm telling you, that rootstock is like at least 12 inches, if not deeper. Yeah. It's great. So, all right, guys. Well, I would say
she wasn't here tonight, and Ghost didn't pop in.
No, not a big deal. We may have missed him. You don't know. But so I'm gonna say 9 o'clock. Until next time, tomorrow, be at least 1% better than you were today, and
go see Zach. Unique Prepping. I think he's still doing the video. He asked us to be on a video live tomorrow, but unfortunately we can't. We got too much stuff going on. He's going to be talking about community and keeping kids safe in the prepping environment and the homesteading environment. Should be a good talk. Go check him out. Go live a life done free and take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Boom.